damn it! Son of a bitch. I didn't give me a fucking little thing to go on. I'll figure this shit out. Let's do this. Wait, it's good. What's good with it? What's good with it? Good. God damn it, you son of a bitch! Stay the fuck up, piece of shit, fucking idiot. I'm about to break. Yeah. Yeah, I want to talk about a few things because like what I'm starting to realize is like the government, the system, the mind control, they got this shit sewed the fuck up. They got it sewed up. Like at this point, it's a wrap. Like people are fucking dumb. I'm trying to figure out where I could put this shit. I'm trying to figure it out because I wanna talk while I gotta do my little thing. I gotta send some packages out. So yeah, I want to talk while I do it. But yeah, people are fucking retarded. Is what I'm starting to realize. God damn, I gotta fucking look up the packages while I'm doing this. Fuck, I should have brought my iPad. Shit. Fuck it, I'll do it after. Let me just do the live stream right now. Or hold on, I know how to. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna get the names and then because I gotta go on my eBay account and I gotta look up the name of the people I gotta send it to so I can make sure the package gets to them and shit. Because the other day, like a couple weeks ago, I sent the wrong person the wrong shit. I didn't feel like dealing with that shit, so I just refunded them their money. But hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Okay, why the fuck is it doing that? All right, I'm back. So I got all my shit situated. So yeah, people are fucking retarded. They got this shit sewed up, guys. I left a post and I said men and women are retarded because you'll see a lot of like, and that's one thing I'm gonna stop doing. I'm gonna stop getting on certain um that whole because I'll be like talking about how women ain't shit really. Which don't get me wrong, women ain't shit, but men ain't shit too. It goes both ways. Like people in general just aren't shit because you gotta look at it like we're all, regardless if you got a pussy or a dick, we're all a spirit in a human body. So if your spirit's fucked up, it could be in a female body, it could be in a male body. It is not gender exclusive for that shit. So if you think it is, you're a retard. So men and women, they're not shit. They're fucking retarded. And the reason why is because of the indoctrination, the programming, the social media, the food, the chemicals in the air, religion. It's a lot of shit. Like people, that's why people are retarded. So when you put all that shit together, it makes a fucking concoction of a bitch ass nigga. So you see a lot of bitch ass niggas out here, and then you'll see a lot of bitch ass niggas that'll complain about how women ain't shit and this and that, which women ain't shit, and you'll see a lot of bitches that say men ain't shit and men ain't shit, but it goes both ways. But let me tell you what, men, women are, they don't have a mind of their own. And I'm not saying this as a disrespect because women are supposed to be led by the man and supposed to support what the man's going on. So at all times, it doesn't matter how you what society we're in. The woman is always copying the man. So when you see a lot of you niggas will say, why are women so programmed and men aren't? Men are programmed too, and women are programmed. But the thing is, though, it looks like women are more programmed for the system because the system is a man. The system is masculine. The government is masculine. Anytime when a bitch is complaining about divorce, she goes to the man, which is the government, the courts, the judge. So she's still following a man, but it's just a corrupt. It's the man that don't give a fuck about anything, and they have their own agenda. So they have programs on the people. So it plays out like the woman is like, because the bitch can't be for herself. They always have to follow the man. Always keep that in mind. So when you see a lot of these bitches out here that will always be like, "Oh, I can't," why? They act more. You think they're acting more dumb? No, men are acting dumb too. The thing is, men want to have their own way. So a man will be a man is more quick and more um a man is more quick to be like, fuck society, I'm gonna be homeless on the street. A female won't do that. A female, she could have no legs and be broke as shit and just be in a shit situation. She will still work for the system and still care about the system because that's just the female nature, because they have to follow the man, and the man says regardless of how bad you are, you always have to support the system. So a bitch is more quick to go and support the system and miss all the chaos compared to the man, which the man will be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm doing my own motherfucking thing. So you got to keep that in mind. That's why you'll say, why do women seem to be more programmed? But the way I'm looking at it, as women aren't, it's equal. It's just each gender expresses it differently. Because when you see a lot of men complain about women and they want to talk about us men, we got it. Like they talk about it like it's some brotherhood shit. First of all, I'm not your brother. Don't call me no brother. I'm not part of no brotherhood. I'm not part of us or we. I'm not any of that fucking shit. I got a Saturn in Aquarius. I don't fuck with the group unless I'm the leader of the group. So if I'm not the leader of the group, I don't fuck with the group. So don't talk about we unless I'm leading it. Or you gonna pay me some money to help the group, and it's lucrative for me to be in this shit, and I get a high position, and you pay me good. Other than that, don't talk about no we unless I'm in on it, and it's a lucrative position I'm gonna be in, and you gotta give me something. If not, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about what the fuck about we or this and that. We gotta stick to brother, nigga. I'm not your fucking brother, nigga. If I don't fuck with you and you a bot and you drop $1, best to believe I won't give it back to you, bitch. If I see some pussy out there, I'm gonna go fuck some bitch, and you in my fucking way and you a stupid ass nigga, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna fuck that pussy, nigga. Fuck your dumb ass. So don't think I'm about you and this and that. Call me whatever the fuck you want. At the end of the motherfucking day, men and women, they ain't shit, because when you look at it, when you look at actually even like common sense, look at niggas in the hood, good gangs kill each other, shoot each other. Isn't that supposed to be about men and shit? So all that shit is fucking retarded. And then when you actually look at a lot of these niggas out here who complain about bitches, because I go both the ways, so you guys can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm just simping or whatever the fuck it is, which I don't give a fuck what you niggas think, because you're not paying my fucking bills. But at the end of the day, you can't, because I go on both ways. But when you see a lot of the men who complain, they actually like deserve to be in the position. They like me, like 99% of the people that I see in society and I've ever met in my life, 99% of the people that complain about a situation, person, place, or thing, they deserve to be in it because of their fucking ignorance and their retardation. So if you're like, if you're talking shit about fire, saying, fire, you're a piece of shit, you can't burn me, fire, but you stick your hand in fire, and then you complain that you have a burning hand and you want to make YouTube and TikTok videos about how your hand is fucking burned, how the fuck you gonna sit there and be like, you're a victim? Bitch, you talking shit about fire, dumb enough to put your hand in fire and it's burned, now you want to say you're the victim? Get the fuck out of here. That's the same with these bitch ass niggas and these stupid ass bitches. They want to complain about shit and while they be the victim. And then it gives you, it makes you kind of think, like, because at the end of the day, I still don't fuck with this government. This government ain't shit. But it's like some of these niggas, like, they deserve what the fuck is happening to them. Like, all the ignorance I see on the internet, all the stupidity, all the dumb shit. I'm like, society and people deserve to be fucked up. Like, even when I see Gen Alpha, they're talking about how Gen Alpha, they're not even intelligent. They don't want to work. They don't want to do shit. And in my way, I'm looking at it like, actually, that's a good thing, because if Gen Alpha doesn't give a fuck about society and people just say fuck it, then society will be maybe they need, the way I'm looking at it is like they need to raise prices so
Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they need to be retarded. Society needs to hit an all-time low, so maybe there could be an uprising or something that happened. It's like if I tell you to stop slapping me and you don't slap me, and I pull out my motherfucking gat and I shoot you in the head, you're gonna understand to stop slapping me. So it took something very traumatic for you to realize, so you stop slapping me. So maybe society needs to come down to a certain extent. Maybe Trump needs to raise the fucking tariff to 20,000%, so a lot of niggas can be like, okay, it's just too much. Let's finally wake up and do what the fuck we gotta do, because that's what it's gonna have to take, because niggas is just fucking retarded. And it's fucking getting ridiculous. So when we talk about the whole men and women shit, a man could only lead. A bitch can never lead. This is why a man could be homeless and a woman can't. Like, people say men are more homeless than women, and then they'll say that because women are one up on men, or women somehow. No, that's not the fucking reason. Because I've seen a lot of homeless people. I've seen shelter. I've been in shelters. I've seen that shit. When you see a lot of men that are homeless, when you see a woman that's homeless, most of the time it's because the bitch is fucking on drugs. But when you see men that are homeless, because of drugs, and sometimes they just say, I don't give a fuck. And they're actually okay with being that. Because men have their own thing. They're in their ego more. They have their own shit. They want to create their own situation. A bitch, she has to copy something, do something. So a female will work a shitty job and be 40 years old with one leg and still support the system subconsciously, and still want to do shit in it subconscious, even though she hates it, because she don't have the bitch have nothing else to do, because they have to always be led by a man. Who's a fucking man? The system is the man. So even though the bitch hates the system, she still has to be led by it. Whereas man could be like more so be like, fuck it, I'm not supporting shit. Fuck you, fuck this system, I'm gonna do my own shit. So you always gotta keep that in mind. So when I say women are fucked up because it's the man, you gotta understand, because even when you see a lot of these bitches say they say, oh, these bitches who are 10s and 11, they think they are fucking an 8, a 10, they think they all that, and then men will sit there and complain that women think they're good, and I'm like, nigga, a bitch doesn't have a mind of her own. The average female, not to say be disrespectful, but I'm not saying all females, but 99%, 90%, over 90% of females are retarded. So anything a female comes up with in her mind, over 90% of them, it's because of what an external thing is. Something external is happening, because females need validation. So if a female is acting stuck up because she thinks she looks good, it's because men are showing that and doing things in the reality to make her feel like she needs to be stuck up. If you actually look at a female who's attractive and shit, like I seen bitches that were like fine and shit, and like back in high school when I was this bitch I used to be talking years ago, and it's like, if you're an attractive bitch, you can't really walk down the street without a man looking at you and saying something. So you have a lot of these dumbass men who will sit there and always have to say something to some bitch. Like, if you ain't about to pay me some money, if you're not about to have sex or pay me some money, I don't give a fuck about you as a bitch, to be honest, unless we got some business going on. And if you a fine, attractive female and you a 10 out of 10 and we're dating, I might put you on OnlyFans or get into a high escort service so we can make some money. Because what the fuck I look like walking around with a 10 out of 10 and I ain't making no money off that bitch. But that's just me. I'm not saying every man has to do this. That's just me. I'm a weird ass nigga. I like to do what the fuck I like to do. So I'm just saying that. But you got to understand, a lot of these bitches out here, they like, a lot of these men, they like what they call simping. They always have to say something. So a bitch could just have got in a car accident and fucking have to deal with all that insurance claims and shit, and just was late on her bill, just going through life shit, and then she goes outside and then somebody has to say something. Bitch could be in a bad mood. So now it creates a situation where women, they respond with an attitude all the time because of like the way men always respond. Like, you got a lot of niggas who like will talk to a female knowing they're not gonna get no pussy or no money from her, and still talk to her. Like, if I'm not gonna get no pussy, no money, and we ain't doing no business, I would not talk to no bitch. That's fucking retarded. Like, but there's some men who just like to, they know they're not gonna get no pussy from the girl. They know they just went to the store and there's a cash register and they're not gonna really date. They just want to talk just to fucking talk because she's a fucking bitch. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But then niggas complain like, why do females always act a certain way? But it's like, a female has no mind of her own. She could only act externally. She could only act. Shout out to China Native. She could only act out externally what she sees. A bitch has no bitch has validation issues. A bitch has no mind of her own for the most part. She could only lead under what a man is doing, even if that's the government, the courts. That's why a bitch will go get a divorce when she's not happy. What's the court? Who owns the divorce? Fucking the concept of a divorce. A fucking man. So a man created that concept. Not no bitch, a man did. A bitch could only be led by a man. The reason why bitches have issues and niggas have bitch problems because men, and I'm not saying you, but there's other men out there who ain't shit. This is why I say get off social media, because when you're on social media, you may be thinking that society is one way, but it ain't. Because if that was the case, like men will complain on social media about why women ain't shit, but then women still do the bullshit that they do, and they obviously must feel comfortable because men are validating and supporting it, because you're just on social media. You're not in real life. In real life, there's a lot of men who actually what you will call simp for these bitches, because that's all they fucking know. So you got to keep that shit in mind when you're dealing with these bitches out here, because they don't have their mind of their own, and everything they do is a reflection of the external. The bitches are like more reflection. Men push out, females receive, so they receive the external. So when a female sees two, like I told you guys, a female will look at two people in a relationship and think that a female will look at a relationship between two other people and feel like she deserves that because she sees it externally. That will be the sole reason. She'll be like, okay, I see movies on TV. I see people on social media. I see what society has programmed me with. And what society has programmed me and what I see on TV is a man supposed to treat a woman like this, which, okay, but a female, for the most part, doesn't have the capacity to be like, okay, there's a reason why the man is treating her like that. She's not just treating her like that because she's a female. Obviously, you have to do some inner work on self for you to get certain energies, but a female just sees the external. So that's why a lot of bitches are so fucking hurt, because anytime a female can't control reality with her femininity, that's when she gets insecure. So the only way most females can control reality with can control the reality with their femininity is by getting dicked. They can't control themselves to get married, to have a nigga put a ring on her finger, to buy her some fucking expensive ass bags, or buy her dinner and be like that type of, you see what they can't, most women can't attract that. So they get upset, they get angry, and they get bitter. Because a lot of females, they haven't done the inner work on self to be like, okay, this is what I need to do to attract that. So they can only attract bullshit, because women, they want what they can't have. Like, a women will set their standards hella high. Some of them, not all of them. The reason why they set their standards extremely high is because even if they get a man that meets those standards, they can't get that man. That's why they're single. The women who set the standard that high, bitch, if you think about it like this, the fact that you're talking about you need a man with this standard, that and you haven't found one yet, means that the men with those standards don't want you. The fuck? Because it's not like they're not out there, because if they weren't out there, you wouldn't even know what that standard was, because you wouldn't have seen it in the reality. Remember I told you bitches observe the reality and they reflect off the reality? The fuck? So it's like, any bitch that's talking about, oh, I need standards, this, why are you single in your room making a video talking about you need standards? Why don't you go and get that man? Because that man doesn't want you, because women want what they can't have. For the most, a bitch that's healed and has trauma, she wants what she can't have. What she can't have turns her the fuck on. A female that has trauma. So she will want a whole bunch of men who don't want, like, bitch, by the time a man meets all those criteria to go out and date you, they wouldn't need you. They'll be in the same position a bitch is in when she's broken. She don't got shit. Access to the opposite gender. Like a fucking buffet. If a bitch said I need a man who's 6 foot this, has money, is tall, dark, and handsome. I'm 6 foot. I'm about 6 foot. Yeah, I'm like 5'11" and a half, 6 foot. Yet when that's over that, I need fucking what the fuck did they say? I need a man with money, tall, dark, and handsome. That's what I like to say. Tall, dark, and handsome. And they this and that. They have a business. They have, bitch, if I had all that shit, I wouldn't be dealing with your stupid ass. And if I was dealing with your dumb ass and you would look if you look fucking good and attractive, I'll fucking put you on OnlyFans so we can make some money, bitch. But I'm not saying every man needs to do that because, like I said, that's just my personal preference. Like, if I'm walking around with a bitch that's a 10, nigga, I'm gonna give me 2 more. If I had some money and if I had money to attract a bitch that was a 10, I'm gonna fucking put the bitch on OnlyFans and make some bread. You see how much money these bitches be making on OnlyFans? Why the fuck I look like being a bitch who's a 9 or a 10 and I'm just single, just with her, and that's it, bitch? I don't love you like that. I got a lot of Aquarius in my chart, bitch. I don't give a fuck. And I got it in Venus, so bitch, like, I don't give a shit. In the 6th house, a stellium, so I don't give a shit. So yeah. So that's that. So these bitches, they just retarded. Like their standards this, but it's like if I had that, why the fuck would I even like if I'm gonna even deal with any type of female on that for any type of seriousness like that, if I was gonna even be on that type of route, I'll go out of this fucking country. I wouldn't even be in America because America, and I'm gonna read the comments, everyone. People in America or bitches in America are fucking lost. Like it's not America, it's a Western thing. Even if you're in Australia, Canada, UK, it's a program thing because you got capitalism. So you have money. America's a business. Anytime you're in a society where it's prevalent about it being a business, you're gonna see this type of shit because it's business first, then it's your business first, then your emotions, then what you got going on, then all the other shit, because it's about money. Everything's about money. That's why every day you got to be at that place at 6 in the morning, because if you're not there at 6 in the morning, then that store can't make money at 6 in the morning. You see what I'm saying? So it's about fucking money. You got to wake up at a certain time, because the moment you clock in, that business starts making money. So if you don't clock in and you're late, then they lost money. And you may say, well, I'm only 10 minutes late. But if they add up the time and do the logistics, and 1,000 people were late at that nationwide corporation for 10 minutes, that's going to add up to like probably 300, 400 grand, or probably $1 million, depending on the size of the corporation. So being 10 minutes late in certain cases, it is a big fucking deal, even though you may not say, because this system is ran off of fucking business. That's why I'm saying this creates stress and all this other shit. And every crime and every mental illness is because of capitalism. All the way down to fucking rape, murder, goddamn alcoholism, theft. It's all because of capitalism and people being stressed and people having to value money over mental illness, and because no one gives a fuck about you until you snap. Just like that one nigga who fucking who ran over that stupid ass police because I guess he killed the fucking the police killed his son, and then it was all good. Oh, he shouldn't have had a gun. He shouldn't have stolen. It was all good and everything. They didn't do shit. They didn't even give you the identity of the police. They didn't even charge the police for nothing. Oh, he shouldn't have been out there with a gun and stealing cars and shit. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. That's why that stupid ass cracker got his ass ran the fuck over like a goddamn speed bump. And I'm glad that motherfucking shit happened. That nigga needs to do that. They need to revive that nigga with necromancy and do that shit 3 more fucking times. For real. Because that shit was fucking like, how the fuck you gonna sit there, kill somebody's son, and you don't think there's no backlash to that, you stupid ass nigga? They lucky that it was just that and it wasn't his fucking kids that he fucking ran over and shit. Chop that motherfucking little bitch's head off and throw it in a damn dumpster. For real, like I'm like, it's gonna, and then people are all like acting like they're surprised that he went and did that. Like, nigga, he saw a video of his son getting fucking killed. What the fuck do you expect? Like, you lucky he just did that, and it was just one police and not a whole goddamn fleet of fucking police. Not a damn group of them. Acting like all surprised, but then when they mow down a black kid, it's normal. Well, he shouldn't have been doing crime. The fuck? Who the fuck is you? And who the fuck said that was a crime, whatever the fuck he was doing? And last time I checked, nigga, it's not like I can say the nigga stole a car or he killed somebody, but the nigga stole a car. Like, bitch, just go fucking get a new car. You know how many cars are sitting on the fucking lots that they don't even use because nobody bought it? Just go get another one. Fucking stupid ass shit over some fucking weak ass material that ain't even worth what it's worth. That's the shit. I was like, it was like a stolen car they did. Like, that's how stupid this fucking world is. I forgot where I was on. Let me read some of these comments. Like, people just so fucking retarded. They just say, like, man, glad you're online. I've dealt with a female projecting her BS towards me and could not take accountability. Yeah, I saw a lot of bitches, not just with bitches, men too. Like, but men do it in a different way, and I'm gonna go into that later. Like, men, they project in their own different way. Like, usually when men project it, it's usually having to do with shit that has nothing to do with women, relationships, and not saying that they don't make fucking dumb shit decisions with that, but it's like it's different for men. Men, like, a lot of men are just like because when you look at it like this, like men are supposed to be creators, builders, and innovators and leading in society. But look how fucking retarded society is. Like most men just want to sit down and play fucking video games all fucking day. That's all they want to fucking do. They want to just sit on their ass and play fucking GTA and fucking Warcraft and all this stupid, useless, dumb shit. And then they complain why they don't have the situation that they want to have. It's like, I'll see a lot of these niggas be like, oh, like I'll see niggas out here who never got no fucking play from no bitch ever in their life. I've known people personally, and I've seen people online like who never got nothing from no bitch, not even no hug or nothing. And then they will sit there and talk about like a fat ass bitch, like, oh, she's fat, I wouldn't have sex with her, or she's unattractive, I wouldn't have sex with her, and they don't got shit. But I'm like, but then they will complain that a female doesn't want them, but they just sit on their ass and play video games. The same way you look at a fat Rasputia looking ass bitch, the same way you look at her as a female sees a Rasputia ass nigga as somebody who plays game, who doesn't do shit, who doesn't have nothing going on. Like, you don't have no situation, you don't got no business, you don't got no goals that you're, and then they could, oh, men don't have to, they want men to have goals and all that, and it's not even that, because when I see any type of man that doesn't have no goals or nothing going on, I look at them as a piece of shit, and I'm better than, and I don't respect them at all. And I'm not saying I just go up and disrespect them, like, I have no mental respect for them, so I don't have respect for you because you're a piece of shit. I look at you lowly. All you do is play video game. You're a piece. We're not gonna make that shit fucking normal. Oh, men nowadays we're calling off and we're just gonna stay home. Like, don't get me wrong. Fuck the system. Fuck all this damn having to wake up and go to work. But if you want to just sit on your ass and play video game, you're a fucking idiot. You're dumb as fuck. And plus, who's gonna make the fucking video games? Like, somebody has to make it. Fucking stupid. Like, that's what I'm saying. People are retarded. That's why I say most of the men are fucking delusional, because they'll complain about how women they're so judgmental and they have there's this and that, but then they'll be the same judgmental, be a fat ass bitch. They'll be like, oh, she's too fat, she's too this. Like, nigga, you better take that shit. Just like the bitch better. And then that's another thing with bitches too. Like, they're fucked up because the one thing about females is they can't really a lot of, because one thing I've noticed. Shit, where the fuck is my chick go? One thing I notice about females is a lot of older females, like when you see an old ass granny, they always have a nice attitude. You never see an old granny with a stuck up attitude. You notice that. It's always the younger bitches that have a stuck up attitude, not the old grannies, because the old grannies, like, they're like, they know that nobody really will fuck with them, so they're more like in their humbled because their old age humbled them. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta look at you. People overlook that. I remember that. It just reminded me of time I remember my grandma. I told her, she was like, it was years ago when she was living with us. She's like, what she said? She was like, I was like, you maybe we need to find, because it was an old guy. We were at a buffet or something, and there was an old guy that sat down. I'm like, maybe you should go take your shot at the old man. I said something like that, like, go say something to the old man, cause you might want some. And then I'm thinking like she's gonna be like, oh, I want to, like, cause she said something to him, and I thought she like had liked the old man or something. I'm like, go say something or something, and she was like, I don't want that old ass nigga. she's like, she's up there too. She's old. She's like, I don't want that old ass nigga. I need somebody young and shit. And that shit made me hella laugh. But it's like a lot of these females, like, when they get older, they're gonna be like in a situation, because like once a female hits a certain age, then it's like ain't no man gonna want to be with them. And don't get me wrong, a female will always be able to get dick. But the thing is, though, women want more than that. Because women been able to get it the whole life. So in terms of getting something like lasting, they're not gonna be able to get that shit at all. Once they get like in their mid-30s, like me, I don't deal with, like, even if I was gonna deal with bitches, I wouldn't deal with no bitch, like, because the people say, like, because bitches that are younger, I know it's like bitches that are younger, they're more into, people say, oh, they're in their social media, they're on their phone, and I know say on their phone, but I'm like, nigga, everybody's on their phone, because when I see bitches that are like in their 30s and shit, they're more traumatized because they've been through more shit. They have more dicks in them, so that means they have more energy in them, more men in thoughts going through them. They have more trauma. They hit their Saturn return, and over 85% of people who go through their Saturn return, they live a miserable life after that, because after Saturn return, you got to get your shit together, or you're gonna live a miserable life for the rest of your life. So most people, they're not shit and they're retarded. So that's what happens for most people. So most bitches over like the age 28, that's why a lot of them are bitter, because they have a lot of fucking trauma and bitterness as a result of them not doing the shadow work. And society has done a number on their mind to make them think that they don't need to do shadow work because it's the man that needs to come and save them from their bullshit. And when the man comes and saves you, all your trauma and all your issues you can put on the man, and the man has to just accept it and be emotionless and just be like, okay, you're just a female, and you don't deal with your shit. Which, even if a man was to do that, like a stupid ass, like some men do, society and what you will call the end of the universe, or some dumbass people will call it God, that energy will show you that you need to work on yourself. So that may end up in a situation where your ass gets fucking, I don't know, like in a car accident, or you get some type of fucking, you get some type of issue that happens to you that it's like a pain in the ass, and you think you're being gang stalked, and you're one of these bitches out here who talk about, well, I'm being gangs. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You just haven't dealt with your shit. That's all it is. And then you want to blame it on a man, but then since you don't have no fucking man, it's like you don't have no one to blame it on. That's why a lot of bitches gotta always be around somebody so they can have something to blame it. Because once you're by yourself and shit starts happening, you have to take responsibility. That's kind of masculine. That starts tapping into more of that masculine nature. And at the end of the day, men and women, we're supposed to have masculine and feminine qualities within us. So there's not just so. That's why a lot of bitches, they always have to be by somebody because they need to project, even if it's other females. And I'm not gonna just bash on females because, like I said, a lot of these men out here, they're not shit as well. A lot of these men, they're not shit. Even when a lot of these women a lot of these men act hella feminine. Like, I'll be around like especially one thing I notice about a lot of men nowadays is they're they're um they're easily offended. Like when you start being yourself around a lot of even like with men particularly, because I'm gonna just stay on the men. It's like offensive. You offend me because a lot of men, they're in their ego and they want to be competitive because that's kind of masculine. So if there's a certain mind frame and code of conduct that you need to act about when you're out in public, and when you start straying from that, you don't have to be disrespectful, but once you start loosening up and being more outspoken, you can even raise your voice a little bit, but not in a maybe you're not even being disrespectful. You just laughing a little bit too loud, or maybe you just say something that's not, it's not disrespectful. Like I said, it's take disrespect out of it. You're just being yourself, and you're a little loud, you're a little this. You may say something that's not disrespectful, but it's a little out. Men will take that as disrespect. So they show bitch nigga qualities, and I've tried it before. I've been in situations where there'll be a dude just in there, and then they'll be like, "Oh, what's up?" And then they act fake. Like you can see when the motherfuckers fake, the fake ass smile, the fake ass mannerisms, all this fake ass shit. And then like once you like be yourself, it's like they get disrespected. Like, how dare he? Like, how dare he have? He doesn't respect me. He's acting how I act in my house. And I don't act like that. So he doesn't have respect for me. They take it as you not acting like a bot is, or acting a certain fake way. That's disrespect. So that's what I realized with a lot of men. Like, they'll take it as disrespect. And then after that, they start doing passive aggressive shit. But me, like, I'm like blatant with it. Like, I don't like passive aggressiveness. Like, if I see something passive aggressive, I'd be like, stop acting like a fucking dummy. I will say something just plain out the blue, like, stop acting like a fucking idiot, or why are you acting retarded, or you're stupid. And motherfuckers would try to get up in my face and be like, I'm like, nigga, calm the fuck down, you bitch ass nigga. Like, I'll sit there and say that because I don't like that passive aggressive shit. I don't fucking like that shit. Like, I hate that motherfucking shit. Like, that shit irritates the fuck out of me. And like, if I see passive aggressive, or I see somebody who's fake, I have to like pull it out and like say something. Like if you like, I just have to do it, because if I don't do it, it's like I've given that shit energy and making it think it's okay. Like, I respect somebody who comes out and be like, I don't like this person. Then somebody who acts fake, and I can tell that they don't fuck with the energy that I have. I fucking hate that shit. That shit it annoys the fuck out of me. Hold on, I gotta put these packages on. So I'm gonna read some of these comments. Shit is ridiculous, man. Let me get this shit out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give me a fucking what's it called. Yeah, The way this car is designed is like it's deliberately designed for me not to be able to keep this shit up. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to do it like this. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. But people in general are just fucking retarded. Like plain out. I'm just sick and tired of this goddamn like world we live in. I don't want to say I take that back. I'm not sick and tired of the world. The world's fine. I'm sick and tired of fucking dealing with a bunch of dumbass people in this fucking world. Like to be honest, like for real. Like I'm literally to the point where if it ain't about no money or no creating no situation, it doesn't even have to be about money, but just creating a situation, you can just stay the fuck far away from me for real. Even if it comes down to a bitch. If I'm going out with some bitch, you gonna be on OnlyFans or you about to do escort and make some money. Like at the end of the day, it has to be for a reason. Otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting my motherfucking time. And let me shout out to Jay Vaz. Everybody go check out his channel, Speak Your Mind. I respect people who just come up here, they make videos. Keep making your videos too. Don't stop making your videos. It don't even matter what the fuck you say, nigga. We in a different time. Ain't nobody can tell you how to make a video, what you need to say or what they don't. People will sit there like, oh, you're projecting. Okay, if I'm projecting, nigga, I'm about to project this motherfucking bullet up your motherfucking head. You keep fucking running your mouth too much with that projection shit. Because the whole projection shit, people want, oh, you're projecting it, you know, that bitch. The fact that you watching my videos and have time to say that I'm projecting and analyze it shows you that you have nothing going on in your fucking life. If you watching my videos, it means you fuck with me and you want to get the information. And if not, and you have a problem and you have some negative to say, that means you ain't doing shit with your fucking life. So shut the fuck up before I project this bullet up in your fucking skull. Say, man, for real, okay, I read that. I'm also dealing with women at work. She also refused to take accountability, throw people under the bus. So stupid, it can't be. That's what I'm saying. There's there's nobody who puts that shit in its place. You got to put shit in its place. If a piece of shit is fucking on the ground, you have to put it in a toilet because shit's supposed to be in a toilet, not on the motherfucking ground. So when a bitch is acting up, you got to put that shit in its place. Nobody does that because society has programs. Even when it's a domestic dispute, the police is going to take the side of the female. And it's like that's another way. A lot of men they because if it's a domestic dispute, the average police is going to take the side of the female, and yet men complain that why the females act the way they do, whereas 99% of the police force is men. So why is it when a man goes to the fucking thing, the Mexican dispute call, they have to sit there and take the side? Why don't they actually look at the evidence, look at the story, then choose? But they don't do that. Even certain times they'll be like, oh, they'll sit there and be like, what do they do? If the female would hit on the man, it's not taken seriously. Like the female has to fucking do damage, like break a nigga's hand or some shit, for it to be a serious thing. Whereas if it's a small little mark on the female, like I've seen shit where it was a small little mark, and you don't even know if the fucking mark was there before this shit even happened, and she just lying. They'll take the dude to jail over that. That's how fucking dumb this shit is. Because no accountability. And then if you think about it, like life is always going to show you accountability. It doesn't matter what you're doing, who you are, if you're a government, if you're a bitch, if you whatever, you're animal, you're gonna animals I can't really speak on, but all I know is if you have common fucking sense and you're in a human body, you're gonna owe it. Life will teach you what the fuck you need. So if society, because society creates a bunch of fake crimes, fake justice that isn't right. But there's always natural justice that will take its course. So anything that's any harm, disrespect that isn't held accountable for, like you said, the woman at your work is acting like a bitch. Society's got to teach her that shit. It could come down and she has a health issue. She gets fucking cheated on, or she can't even pay her rent and she has financial issues. And now that's why a lot of these bitches, they have a lot of financial issues and problems. It's not because of what Trump is doing. Because at the end of the day, nigga, yeah, I'm not saying that there's not problems financially, but it ain't that fucking bad, bitch. It's not like it's Ethiopia up in here. It's not that fucking bad. yet. I'm not saying it won't get there or it can't get there, but right now, as in real time at this fucking moment in present, is not fucking that bad. So people's like, oh, the economy isn't. Shut the fuck up. The fact that you're even able to go on TikTok, who the fuck's paying for your internet bill? How the fuck do you even have, like, last time I checked, if somebody's gone through some real trauma, they're gonna be going out to handle that shit before they go online. Like when my car got fucked up and I got in the crash, I didn't even fucking make a video. I was trying to figure this shit out, and I figured shit out. I got some money together and I got a new fucking vehicle. Then I came with you guys and talked about the shit. Other than that, I'm gonna be trying to deal with the situation. So when you have a lot of people on the internet complaining about their 9 to 5 and this and that, they're just in a comfortable position because real discomfort is discipline. Real discomfort is sacrificing. Once you have to discipline and sacrifice, you're not going to be talking really the same way you're talking when you're just in a situation you don't like. When you have to go to a job you don't like and you're going there every day still, you like it really subconsciously. Because if you have if the spirit told you to quit that shit and let go of this and let go of that and do this and sacrifice this, people will start second questioning and not want to do it. So it shows you that people they found comfort in their discomfort. And if that wasn't the case, why is it you'll see people complaining about having to wake up in the morning, but when they just laid off 20,000 people from UPS. I was at the UPS warehouse years ago for like a few weeks. And when I was at that, everyone hated that shit. Oh, I hate this place. I don't like coming here. There's only a few people who liked it. Now they laid off like 20,000 people at that nasty ass, stinking ass warehouse. Now everybody's complaining. Oh, why they just lay us off? Why they just lay us off? They can't just lay us off. Shut the fuck up. You're the same nigga who said nobody owes you anything. Go out and work. So if nobody owes you a fucking job, that's not your fucking job, nigga. You were in control of your promotion and how you're raised. Otherwise, it will be your job because you will be able to determine how much you get paid. You still arguing over $15 an hour, you stupid ass nigga. So it wasn't your job. So they don't owe you that shit. Just like if I went and stole some candy and you say, oh, you can't steal candy. Nobody owes you nothing. You got to go and buy it. Bitch, nobody owes you that job. No, how the fuck they got to hire you? Think about it. The only reason they enact layoffs in a company is to downsize so they can have more funding for the company. So it's about making the company more money. So you work at a company for them to make money. If they're losing money having to pay your stupid ass and they want to make more money, then it makes sense for them to cut you. But then you complain why they do that, but they got to save money. And you say, well, they don't need to, they could still make money and pay us that. What if they don't want to? Do you want to make $13 an hour? No, you don't want to make $13 an hour. You want to make $25 an hour. What if they don't want to make $10 million a year? What if they want to make $50 million a year? The fuck? At the end of the day, what I'm trying to get you guys to think about, fuck this system. Create our own shit. Do our own shit. If you want to be in their own, if they want to be in their shit, then be prepared to play their little fuck ass games. I don't know why people don't fucking get it. But like I said, baby, like the way I look at it, people don't need to get it because at the end of the day, it needs to get bad to the point where people are forced. That's why I don't even think either the government is not about to make it that bad or they're about to just kill off a lot of people. Because if they make it that bad, then people are going to wake up. And if people wake up, then they're going to either probably just end up killing people or just accept it and let people, which I don't know. But maybe they do need it to let it get that bad. So the pain and the burn will make it where people will be forced to, because that's why I judge. That's why people say, oh, the system's collapsing. It ain't collapsing yet. I can see it's changing compared to before, but it ain't that bad yet. Because if it was that bad, people would actually wake the fuck up. The fact that you still see some stupid ass niggas out here still under the haze and the delusions that the government fucks with them means it's not that bad. Always judge it. When you see bots out here still fighting for this system, thinking it's normal to go out, wake up and work, even though they raising prices on your stupid ass, then you know it's not that fucking bad. That's what you guys gotta understand. It's not that bad. Once it gets that bad, that's what everybody or damn near everyone is gonna be like. You know what? Fuck this, and it's gonna be like a uprising, us versus them, and it's gonna be apparent. And at that point, they're gonna have to do some fucking like surveillance lockdown, and it's gonna be something from a movie. At that point, it will have to. But the way I look at it, like even like when you see like a lot of these Gen Alphas and shit, like they're gonna grow up to be a lot of Gen Alpha are retarded. Like they don't have shit. Like they're dumb. Like that's why that's probably one reason why AI is gonna take off. Like I don't want to say I don't know if AI is gonna take off or not, but I think it's gonna take off just for the sole reason of the generations coming up are going to be so lacking and retarded. They're not going to be able, their attention span, because you got social media, you got TikTok. This shit is new. So a lot of the Gen Alphas and shit, they don't have the same attention span. They can't watch and retain information, and they don't have the motivation because they see people on the internet. Partly because they see people on the internet getting paid for doing nothing, like these streamers and shit, and they don't have the retention because of the way society is, and they have so much just social media. So they think they know shit, but they really don't. So just that alone is making Gen Alpha a very weak generation. So therefore, pretty much what's gonna happen, I feel, is Gen Alpha, when Gen Alpha gets to be like 20s, 30s, they're either gonna have to just kill everybody off or give everybody welfare. Or it's just gonna be everybody for themselves and the government's gonna collapse. It ain't gonna be like how it is now, because the boomers, they wanted to work at these shitty ass jobs. They believed in voting and all this crap. They believed in it. Millennials, it was like half and half, probably a little more than half. And millennials, they're more so like, only reason I'm doing it so I can survive. Boomers, they actually gave a fuck about the system. Millennials, I'm doing it so I can survive. Gen Z is kind of like, they're kind of closer to Gen A, but they're doing it so they can survive. But Gen Alpha, they don't give a fuck about the damn survival or shit. They be like, I want to have shit. I just live with my parents, or I just be not have shit. Or even if the ones who don't, they'll probably be like, maybe something's gonna happen. They'll just think in their brain, something's gonna happen, that something's gonna take care of them. They don't give a fuck about the survival shit. So once the Gen Alpha get up, they're gonna end up having to just kill off the fucking people, or just give a welfare system where everyone in with AI and shit, because Gen Alpha, because even the social security shit, don't they like pay into social security to pay off the old people? So who the fuck, if most people aren't working, then that's less tax money. Like that's probably why they're doing all these like cuts and shit. Fucking like they got rid of the Department of Education and all this other, a lot of that shit. It seems like they're just trying to make money, because their system ain't making as much money like it was before, because a lot of people aren't working, and even if people are working, there's not that much productivity and labor being produced because of the shift that we're in. So besides from people not working and the amount of productivity, even like the way the shift is, like they talk about like the sale companies are losing money in sales. Part of that is because people don't have the money, but a lot of it is there's not enough time to really go out and spend money. 10 years ago, one day seemed like forever. You go outside, go hang out at the mall, go do this. So there was more time for more commerce and more business transactions to take place, because the days were longer. Now the days are going by so quick. Nobody has time to lollygag at the mall and just spend money here and there. So like once the store opens, it closes. So like a lot of the money, that it's because of the shift we're in. That's why a lot of these companies are going broke. So therefore they gotta like downsize and get rid of these departments and education. They're gonna do a fucking housing. They even when they say a housing crash, it's not no housing crash. They're just trying to pretty much, because this you think, oh, I own this house, I have a mortgage. Bitch, if you have a mortgage, you don't own the fucking house. So what they do is, you think you own the house, and they do a whole bunch of other financial shit and political shit, so they can take over your house while you so-called own the house. So they're like stealing. So they're doing a whole bunch of shit where they're stealing from people and shit, so they can make money. That's all it is theft. And then taxes is what another theft. That's what the taxes go up every year. It's all theft. So it's like these what I'm thinking is these motherfuckers, they're losing energy. Their matrix is losing energy, and when they matrix loses energy, then they're gonna make it come from somewhere. So they gotta raise taxes. They gotta do all this other dumbass shit. Shit is crazy. I think we got a Scorpio full moon. Yeah, we got a Scorpio full moon. Yeah, we have a full moon every 2 weeks, so there's nothing new. We have a full moon every month. We have a full moon every 2 weeks. We have another moon transition. So new moon, then full moon. So don't try to. No, let's just not try to make it more deeper than what it is. And we already know to get down. We know what we got to do during these new moons. We know how to the waning moon. We got to fulfill it. We got to do this. We got to do that. We already know all the things. If you don't know how to do it, then look it up And it's a natural process. Just like people say, oh, Mercury retrograde is coming. Mercury. I'm not bashing on you. Shout out to J Bad. I'm just speaking because other people, they'll sit there and make it look like it's such a big deal. Which at the same time, if it's such a big deal, then you know how to approach it and do what you got to do. When Mercury retrograde comes, it's supposed to be a time when we go out and do what we got to do, depending on our zodiac and whatever we got to do. Not to just sit there and talk about, oh, it's a Mercury retrograde, and oh my goodness, it's a Mercury retrograde, and like, get the fuck out of here. Like, people are like, that's how I see a lot of these people, they'll talk about it, but then, like, I have relatives and shit, I'll talk about astrology. They don't do anything in their life correlate to spirituality, astrology, or self-work. But then when a full moon comes, a Mercury retrograde, oh, it's a Mercury retrograde, it's a full moon. I'm like, why the fuck do you care? You don't even do shit but the same shit every fucking day. Why do you care? Like, it's just another day for you. The fuck? Like, I don't get it. Like, people just... I'm not bashing on... Shout out to Third View. I'm not bashing on you, because I know you, but you on some real shit, so I'm not, like, talking down about you. I'm just thinking people in general. But I see a lot of these people out here that just talk about all this dumbass shit. Yeah, hold on, me. Getting hot in here and shit. Oh, man. I wasn't even going to go live today. Oh, shout out to the Third View. Oh, let me read some of these comments up here. Yeah. It's just the programs walking in stores. The dudes do me the same way. That's what I'm saying. All that passive aggressive shit. People want to sit there. I hate a motherfucker. Like, they act so fake. I hate a fake person. Like, when I see somebody who's fake, I give them low key the cold shoulder. Like, okay. I don't even respond to them. Like, don't fucking with that fake ass shit. Because I can look at a motherfucker's eyes and their demeanor, and I can just see, like, this is a piece of shit person. And every fucking time, lately, every time it's to a point where it gets me upset, because people used to always tell me, oh, don't judge a book by its cover. You don't know how somebody is. But every time I see somebody, I look in their fucking eyes, I look at their demeanor, the way they sound, their tongue, the way they talk, the way they look. It tells you their spiritual race. It doesn't matter about gender. That's another thing. Their spiritual race. When you see somebody, you look at them, you think, I hate this motherfucker. And you don't know why you hate them. They have a different spiritual race than you. They're not on the same spiritual race as you, on the same spiritual energy path as you. They're on a different one. They may be on a spiritual path that's against yours, that goes against your shit. So when you see, it doesn't matter what, that's why I say it's a spiritual race, because there'll be a black person, a white person, and an Asian person. Let's just say they all have the spiritual race that I don't like. I will look at each of them and I would hate the way they look, regardless of race. They have a certain look, a certain, like, energy, the way they talk. I just don't fucking fuck with it, and I just don't like it. And then I would give the benefit of the doubt, not because I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's because I'm doing it. I'm testing it out. Like, let me test it out. And then I would hear what they got to say. And when I hear what they got to say, they always do something that makes me just want to go upside their fucking head. Or I just get so annoyed and I get pissed the fuck off. Or I'm just like, this dude's a real piece of shit. Like, he's a piece of shit. And they'll say something, do something, and that's why you never ignore that intuition feel. That's your spirit telling you don't fuck with them, and it's saving you. A lot of people, they don't have that, especially if you have a lot of Libra in your chart. You don't have. It's hard for you to tap into that because you're naturally a people pleaser and you like relationships and people like that. So you're that barrier, that sense of barrier. You don't see that really as if you have a lot of Libra in your chart. So that's something Libras got to work on, because they can't pick up. They always look at everyone as a potential person they could be cool with, even though they may not be part of that same spiritual race. That's why you see a lot of Libras. They may get into it. They can attract good relationships, but they also can attract, like, lifelong enemies, and because the seventh house is known for open enemies, or its enemies. Like, that's ruled by the seventh house, because they always try to be cool and mingle and balance and Not everything needs to be balanced. If you don't got to be cool with everyone. That's one thing about Libra. Like my brother, he's a Libra. He'll always try to put balance in everything. I be telling him some deep shit, and he'll try to put balance into it. Like nigga, sometimes that shit is fucking retarded. Religion is fucking retarded. The Pope is a piece of shit. There's no way I could implement that fucking bald-headed child fucking piece of shit into my fucking life for anything positive. Don't try to sit there and act like I can't. Same with religion. That's a stupid, disgusting child fucking religion. Only pedophiles, faggots, retards, and dumbass, fake ass spiritual people believe in that dumbass shit. Plain and simple. You're not gonna sit here and act like it's something normal. Jesus looks like a homeless bum ass piece of shit. How the fuck you gonna make somebody that's supposed to be so important look like a homeless person outside a fucking liquor store? Make no sense. That's off the bat. Whoever created that concept, they're fucking lost because the whole that Jesus character looks fucking low vibrational. Looks disgusting. Shit is ridiculous. But I don't deal with these passive aggressive motherfuckers. I don't want you guys to think I go out here cussing people out. I just straight up don't even talk to motherfuckers. Straight up, like I don't even talk to you. I don't look at you. There's nothing we can do unless like I'm trying to play it. Like I'm trying to obviously play it. If I'm trying to get something or I'm trying to put an impression. Like let's say you're at an interview. Obviously, you want whatever you're interviewing, you're trying to impress them. So for you to, you can't go to somebody and ask for something from somebody and then have an attitude. That's kind of dumb. At that point, you might as well not even ask them and do it yourself. So certain times you got to put on that fake ass face, but that's when you're going to get something. But at the same time, you need to put yourself in a position where you don't always have to need somebody externally. And if you do need somebody, it's somebody who fucks with you, not somebody who's a demon. Who not even a demon, who's a piece of shit, because I fuck demon, that's a religious word. I don't fucking use anything religious. So I don't like a piece of shit person. And even that word demon, it's kind of like I just look at them. I don't even like to say demon because when you say demon, you make them feel like they powerful. Like, oh, I'm causing chaos in your life, or I'm pissing you off. I'm a demon. Like some people take pride in that shit because they're fucking mentally retarded. So how I fix that, how I remedy that is I just say you're not no demon. You're just a piece of shit person. You're not evil. You're just a fucking idiot. That irritates the fuck out of someone. When you tell a crazy person that they're crazy, they get this. I can tell that a person is pretending to be crazy is when you call them crazy and they take it as a compliment. Or they take it as stripes on a belt. Like, I'm crazy, nigga. I'm a killer, nigga. If you talk about I'm a killer, I'm crazy, then you ain't no killer. You ain't crazy. You the nigga who's gonna start crying when the police arrest you. A real killer thinks that in his mind, thinks what he's doing is normal for the most part. And even then, on a deep level, they even know they fucked up. But a person who just talks about, like, they can take compliments for being called some shit. Like, that's why I don't say, like, you're a demon. Like, because they take it as a compliment. It just shows you that they're just hurt and they need validation because they need you to say something to make them feel good, even if it means calling them a fucking demon. That's why I like to simplify it. Like, no, you're a piece of shit. You're not evil. You're not a demon. You're a fucking idiot. You're a piece of shit. You're a bum. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You're a stupid ass shithead, dickhead, faggot, piece of shit. That's what you are. Then when you say that, they have to take that as it fits because they can't make no witchcraft to make that look like it's good. You a faggot. So they have to be like they have to take it as it fits. So I don't even like to say they're demons because that's not a demon. Something that's a demon, that's some shit that there are fucking things as demons and shit, and even then that's a religious word. But there's evil energies that's an energy that are spirits that are very evil. But these 99.9% of these motherfuckers out here, even 100% of these motherfuckers, they're not like that. They just can try to embody that energy, so they can only embody it because the real actual energy of that thing doesn't even want you to think it's evil. It wants you to think it's a beautiful being while still doing evil shit. You get what I'm saying? A spirit that's really embodying that evil energy, it wants you to think that it's beautiful, it's loving, so it can be able to go further with its evilness. Because a person has to, what's more evil? You shooting somebody who loves you, or you shooting somebody who hates you, or you don't know, you shoot somebody you don't know, or shooting somebody who just gave you a hug, gave you $1 million and said I love you. That's more evil. So a person who's really evil wants you to think it's good so you can let your guard down so you can go and do some evil shit. That's how you can tell that all these niggas out here, they're not shit really, because they think that they're all, and they get all hype. Oh, they like some stupid ass cracker be like, oh, I'm Azazel, the demon. I'm like, shut your stupid ass up. You ain't shit. You gotta sit here and talk about you that all the time. The real energy of that won't even tell you its name is that. It's gonna go out and start doing Azazel shit. And you'll know it's doing that shit based on the shit it's doing. And you being able to be like, okay, that's what that is. And then by that point, your ass probably have your head on the stick. See, the entire credit system is a scam. Interest bearing debt, credit, nothing. Yeah, the whole money system is a fucking scam. It's a scam, but at the same time, there's a scam. It is a scam, but people like to say, "Oh, it's not real, it's fake," and not. At the end of the day, nigga, what is real? What is fake? It's obviously real because if you don't have that money, you're gonna be out on the street. So since we got a lot of dumbass people that want to play the game, it is real. It is fucking real. At the end of the motherfucking day, because we can sit to say nothing's real, because really, at the end of what all money is to get resources. So you're using money to get the resources. So we can sit there and talk about it's fake, it's real, but then what is real? Gold is real. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong though. Like there are different levels, and when people say it's fake, but at the same time, nigga, if it was so fake, then why do people? How can you sit there and say it's fake, but then go out like you'll say the tooth fairy's fake, and if I tell you the tooth fairy's under your fucking pillow, gonna leave money, you wouldn't believe me. But you say money is fake, and I go and take $10 from you, you get upset. So obviously, there's a certain level of realism to this shit. Oh, come on. Shit is crazy. But it's like it's just fucking ridiculous, man. But yeah, the credit system is all bullshit. It's all numbers in a fucking screen. But you gotta look at it as well. A lot of it, labor is the main money. So the only reason credit and all that can even work is because people believe in it and people are doing labor. Like credit and money wouldn't even matter if everybody had a $10 million and wanted to just sit on their ass all day and not do shit. If everybody had $10 million and nobody wanted to do shit, then money wouldn't even work like the way it works. If people have to be actually doing shit, it's like even when you look at like, oh, I don't want to say that. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but yeah, I just something told me not to really go there. But money only works because people allow it to work. That's really what it is. That's nothing else. Yeah, it's all about working on ourselves. Get the distraction. Political theater. Yeah, it should be. That's how it should be. But most people they don't know how to work on themselves. It's not even like work. Like even when we talk about working on ourselves, don't make that look like that's supposed to be like a theme, a discussion. Really, work it just like you breathe, just like you fucking eat or you do anything that's regular. It's called being a human. So work society has sunken so low. Shadow work has actually become a topic of discussion. It's like you don't discuss every night how you gotta fucking breathe in oxygen at 10 o'clock p.m. I'm gonna breathe in so I don't suffocate. Like you don't say that, or you don't talk about how you gotta put your shoe on, or how you gotta like scroll on your phone. Like just there's certain mundane shit you do every day that you just do. Shadow work and working on stuff, that's how it needs to be. But society is so declined and people are so indoctrinated and so lost and programmed with bullshit that it's became an actual niche on YouTube. So now you can get paid off people being healed. Where in reality, is everyone should know how to do that shit. Don't get me wrong. People obviously need to get led, but the way it is now has like a whole multi-billion-dollar like fucking whole niche of like people having to do shadow work, and like you see videos on how to be a man. How the fuck somebody gonna teach you how to be a fucking man? That's fucking scary. You got people thinking about how are you gonna be a man, and what the fuck is a man? Like, you notice how people don't say how are you gonna be a male or a female? Like, oh, you're a real male, you're a real female. But then people say, how how are you a real man? Like nobody does that with animals. Like, is that dog a real man? Or because if it is, but it's a male. But what's a man? A man is a man-made Masonic mind frame construct that you have to act accordingly. So they say, oh, you need to be a man. But a female say, oh, he needs to be act like more of a man. But then when she will say that, it's not something positive unless the female is in a higher conscious state. This should be like, have a balance of masculine and feminine energy. This is masculine and feminine energy. That's really what it is. But all this whole man shit, that's just a construct. Because if you look at what society would say is a man, like it's the lines are blurred. Some people say somebody who sells a lot of dope, who got like 100 million and who's making runs and plays, that's a man because he got money, he got stability. But then some people say that isn't. But if somebody says, oh, working a corporate job, that's a man. But if somebody else say that isn't because you just a fucking working for another slave. But if you really think of it, like in anything in this system that they tell you it's a man, you're really working under another man. Because whoever created this whole system, they created this shit. They didn't even create shit, but they're in a position where you got to listen to them. Because I don't want to give them credit. Let's just say they're in a position where they made it, where you got to listen to them, or you got to face repercussions, and your life's going to be a little bit harder to a certain degree. So anything that's considered a man is underneath them, because if you're doing something that's above them, for the most part, that's creating your own shit, doing your own shit. They don't want that, so they're going to attack that and make it look like it's bad and negative. That's the reason why crime, they have laws against crime. It's not really like to help, because what the fuck? Police don't stop crime. Police don't fix crime. They don't do what the fuck they're supposed to do. So it's not about fixing crime or getting rid of crime. It's about keeping everything at a certain level so it doesn't go to a certain, it doesn't get unmanageable and make a threat to their system. The reason they stop somebody from selling drugs is not to help the community from drugs. Why the fuck is Walgreens and Rite Aid in every fucking neighborhood? That's drugs, dummy. Walgreens and Rite Aid had a lawsuit where they were selling illegal prescriptions. So they were doing drug dealing shit, and they just got a lawsuit. Nobody went to jail. And they got billions, and their lawsuit's like 90 million, and they got billions. They probably made billions from that. If you got a fucking cartels making billions off them selling drugs, and they got the police breathing down their neck, how much you think Walgreens made? And they don't have police breathing down their neck, but yet they got $90 million settlement, and then they make billions off doing illicit. You know how many people go to Walgreens to get drugs prescriptions and shit? Them niggas make billions, and they only got a $90 million like lawsuit or some shit. It's some small ass chump change lawsuit for doing that shit illegally. So obviously, when they get rid of drugs, it's not because when somebody's selling drugs and they throw them in jail, it's not to help the community, because you got Walgreens and Rite Aid selling that same shit. It's because they don't want, you're a threat to the system because you're making a lot of money. First of all, that money's not taxed, and then you're getting a lot of fiat money that they have that you can use to do your own shit, create your own situation, take care of your own people, and do your own thing. Like y'all complain about the Mexicans and the cartels. Oh, they're cartel drug runners. But when you go to Mexico and you go to these small ass little shitty ass favelas and whatever they call it, like the slums in Mexico, if it wasn't for these cartels, there would be no police in some of these fucking favelas and these places, and they won't even have drinking water because the government just sits in their ass all day, and the only time the government will come out there is to bust a drug runner or to do some political campaign ad. Like, how the fuck you gotta come into a society that's broke as fuck, that don't have good drinking water, and you think their first priority is to fucking vote for some stupid ass scumbag? That's retarded. That's you can tell. It's not the crime and all that shit is nothing. It's like they don't give a fuck about the crime. They just need to keep everything at bay. They need to keep everything at bay.
Shit was good. He's like, Bill Gates announced he's giving away nearly all of his 200 billion wealth. Fuck that shit. What the fuck is 200 billion? You see, they gave everybody $1,200, which ain't shit, during the pandemic, and that shit was like over $1 trillion just to give that fund. What the fuck is 200 billion? That ain't shit. The fuck is any of that money? They don't. What they need to give is the fucking keys to the goddamn system, and dethrone themselves and fucking change laws and give fucking land back that they stole and murdered people from, and change laws and pretty much change their fucking lifeline so it's flat. AKA, they need to kill themselves. That's what they need to do, not fucking do a $200 billion. What the fuck is $200 billion? That ain't shit. For 1-2 people, it's a lot of money. The fuck is that? All the hell and shit that he called, all those vaccines he put on those fucking Africans' booties and shit, their ass. He shot them Africans in the ass with that fucking poison. Fuck out of here. They just said it, and the thing is, he ain't even gonna do that. Who the fuck's gonna get his bank statements and show proof that he did that? Where the money gonna go? Yeah. He is probably gonna give it away. He's gonna give it away to other Masons, other Jews, probably his fucking weak ass family. That's who he's gonna give it to. So yeah, he is gonna give them money, but he ain't giving it to anyone that's important. And then even if he does give it to somebody, let's just say he gives it to the people, they can just steal the money and raise the price of goods or steal it from your bank account. They can do anything with that shit. Tax it. They're like, okay, he's gonna give 200 billion, but we're gonna tax it so you only get 500 million. It's a 97% tax, or however the fuck percentage that is. Just like they do with the lottery. You win $1 billion, but then you walk home with like 400 million. So pretty much they just stole all that money from you. That's a huge hustle. And ain't nobody is gonna complain because they designed a system so you're so financially struck. So when you do get the 400 million and you get all that, you're not complaining because they already traumatized you, but with being broke. So when you do get $1 billion and you have to give out over half of that shit, you don't care because you've been traumatized from being broke your whole fucking life. So you're okay with getting robbed. That's how fucked up it is. This shit's crazy. But anything that's on the news, do not take serious. Do not believe anything that's on the news. Do not take any of that shit serious. Anything that's on the news, all fucking is bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like what? First of all, if he's gonna give 200 billion, just go and do it. Go and do that shit. Why are you telling me? I ain't going back, bitch. Damn, right when I leave some bitch ass, I'm here the whole time. You guys didn't see no car. This fucking red ass, dumb ass car. I'm here the whole time talking and doing this shit. Ain't nobody here. Right when I back out, motherfucker comes out of a fucking portal. Shit is crazy. But like I was saying, I'm just gonna go in front of this thing. You're taking too damn long. But if they're gonna give 200 billion, nigga, just go and do it. Just shut the fuck up. Don't tell me about it. I don't know why the fuck they were like. That's why anything on the news, anything that they put on the news, why do they need the people's validation? Ask yourself, why do you need people's validation about this particular thing in the news? Like, why do you need it? And where the fuck was I gonna go? Fuck. Shit. What time? Damn, I'm thinking, should I go to the other store? Should I go to this one? I don't know where the fuck I was gonna go. Damn. Like, why do you need people's validation? I'm gonna go. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the other one. I'm gonna go to the.
Like, why the fuck do you need people's validation? That's what you gotta ask yourself. That's why I don't take the news seriously. Because, like, even that whole thing with the dude in Ohio who he killed the police, and he killed the police, right? Because they kill his son. And if the news is trying to act like, that's one thing that pisses me off about the news, is they try to act like they're so in the right. Like they have that little fucking scumbag piece of shit anchor bitches and those niggas out there trying to talk all correct, like they're somehow right and go, I talk like this, I dress like this, and this is wrong. This criminal just shut the fuck up, motherfucker, with your stupid ass. You sitting here because those are the same people who control the news and they control how people talk and act. Those are the same motherfuckers that are the same ones who have all the police stay in the courtroom. Like, when do we have police? Like, there's like 20 police in the courtroom, just like hovering around this nigga like they're doing a hazing ritual or some shit. I've never seen that. That's childish as fuck. Isn't a courtroom supposed to be professional? But they try to act like they're in the right. But like they'll be like, oh, my channel was trolling. My channel's this. You need to be a good citizen. But then they'll go and put guns in the hood, put drugs in the hood, put people with bad opportunities that they have to go out and commit crime. But then when they commit a crime, they're the problem. Like, nigga, shut your ass up with that shit. That's why I'm glad that dude killed that fucking police. Like, he should have fucking killed that nigga 3 more times if he could. That was good that he did that. I feel bad that he ends up having to go to jail over that shit, because the police who killed that black kid, he fucked up 3 people's lives. He fucked up 3 people's lives. He got his homie killed because the police wouldn't have got his ass ran the fuck over like a goddamn roach on the fucking ground if it wasn't for his stupid ass. The kid got killed. That black dude who got upset, he ended up doing something to his co-worker. So he fucked up. So he has all that blood on his hand. Fuck with the media said, oh, he's not gonna get justice. Fuck their justice. Their justice system ain't shit. Their justice system ain't shit. Their justice system is fake. That's why every day they get their ass whooped, but they're not gonna tell you they get their ass whooped. Why would they tell you? Just like on social media, people show you only the good part of their life. They're not gonna show you the negative. But yet you got dumbass people that think, oh, people live in this life, bitch. They're not gonna show you the negative. Everybody has to. If you're a human being in a body, you have to go through negative and traumatic and dark night of the soul experiences. But they're not gonna show you that shit. So with the justice system, that's just a fake synthetic justice. It's like we have fake money, real money. Real money is labor, human interaction and labor. Fake money is dollar. We have fake justice, which is the justice system. Then we have real justice, which is universal justice, which happens behind closed doors. A lot of the shit, karma, and a lot of shit that happens, like let's just say in a year from now, that the police who killed that black kid, let's just say he gets ran over and killed. You won't hear about it in the news because they don't want you to have a certain concept of karma. Oh, because people be like, oh, it's because he killed the black kid. That's why they only pick and choose to show you what they want to show you on the news. They want to have a certain level of like perception. Oh, you can't be too in your ego. You have to be humble. So let's make this person who was talking shit, let's make him go through a bad situation. Or this police got killed 2 years after he killed this child unjustly. But let's not put it on the news because we don't want people to think that universal justice, no, it does exist, bitch. It is gonna happen, but you're not gonna see a lot of it or all of it because they have to do a good job in hiding it. They have to keep the perception like everything is sweet, like they're not sweating. Like these motherfuckers is sweating. Why else are they doing all this fuck shit every fucking day? And even when you see that nigga run over that police, that was some justice that you are actually able to see. That's why they fucking block the comments on a lot of the pages, which I never see that on a news network. It'll be some black, if that black kid got killed and the dad didn't kill that police officer, they would have allowed the comments to be running on some of those pages. And then you'll see people, oh, that black kid shouldn't have been stealing. That's what he gets. Kill that fucking nigger and all. They would say all the most dumb shit, even though the family's gonna see and they have to mourn the fucking death of their son. They don't give a fuck. But since the police got killed and they know people are gonna be split halfway. Now they gotta fucking be like they have to turn off the comments on the news network page. There was only like a few, one or two that they let it ride, and when they let it ride, look at this piece of shit in front of me. Look at this fucking idiot, dude. How the fuck do you even have clearance to get in this fucking area? I didn't know big ass trucks could even be here. Fuck, I'm just parking diagonal. I don't give a fuck. I don't have time for this shit. I just park diagonally. Oh, shit. I hope he doesn't hear me fucking. Shit's crazy. But I'm gonna go up in here and just drop these fucking things off real quick. Damn. He's like, they turned off the comments. You're right, they turned it off. There was only like one or two videos. I think they had the comments on, but most of them I've never seen them turn off the comments. There'll be people they'll be the most heinous, fucked up shit. They'll never turn off the comments. It's crazy. Oh, man. And it's like, hold on, it's just crazy. I'm probably gonna drop the link. I gotta see where I'm gonna go to next. I'm trying to think what. Fuck. Yeah. Damn, where the fuck was I to go? I might just go to the other store. Cause I'm just trying to think. Do I need to get anything? Cause I don't want to go back out today. Yeah, I'm gonna start another fast tomorrow. I'm gonna one thing, and yeah, I want to talk some more about the fasting. Cause when it comes to fasting, like you guys, if you're gonna start doing this fasting shit, I'm not the type of people who just talk about because to be honest, 7 days of fasting is not shit. 10 days is you got to do this shit for months on end. It like either you want to do an extended fast like 30, 40 days, or if you can't do that high, you need to be doing like 5 to 7, 8 days at a time with like 1 day in between. So, but and do that for months because healing it takes a long time to heal when you're talking about fasting. Because when I went on my fast and like a year, like it was like a year ago, probably like 8 months ago, I went like it was like close to 20 days. Once I got to like 17 days, that's when like certain parasites and certain shit was coming out. And that's when I started feeling a lot more heat cleanse. Like you got to go a long time when you start doing these fasts. You don't want to, 7 days is not enough. I'm not saying you won't get any healing, but it's really not enough like you guys think it is. So that's why I say you got to make this a lifestyle. It's not just fucking, you have to make it a lifestyle. If you don't make it a lifestyle, it's going to be extremely hard. You gotta look at it like this is my life. I'm gonna be doing like you can't be. Oh, I'm just doing a 5. I'm not, if you want to do a 5 day fasting, that's fine. But you're not getting the, if you're trying to really get some intensive healing and growth, and you have like, because 90 over 85% of human beings, they all of you guys have most likely have a health issue. If you're in this system and you're eating this food and you're living in this lifestyle, like you have a health issue. Look at all the old relatives in your family. Go to a hospital and look at all the old people who are on the deathbed. They all have a health issue because of the chemicals in this system, whether it be food, all that shit. And I'm not saying we're not supposed to die and shit. I'm not saying that, but when you have a lot of these health issues, like, you're not like you just die quick. Like, a lot of it is takes time, and you're spending years in pain and before you die. And I don't think a lot of people want to go through that. You want to like die, at least go out peacefully, because there is ways to go out peacefully. A lot of these health issues, you like somebody like, like somebody will be like, this old person died at 85, but they don't tell you from the age 60 they were going in and out of the doctor for a problem, and then by the time they got to 80, it was like a slow process. They don't say that. They just say they just died at 85. But how was the quality of life from age 70 to 85? They don't speak about that. That's why I'm saying, because it's not about living forever. It's about living with the quality of life, instead of you having to be in your 80s and all this in a wheelchair and all this other bullshit. Because a lot of the chemicals and shit. Because health is all a spiritual thing. It's really not like part of it has to do with what you eat and consume, but another thing of it is spiritual. Because I see people in like these fasting groups, and they'll have certain diseases, and then they'll go like on a 40-day fast, and then they'll be good, and they'll be, oh, I'm healed, and I've gotten better, and the inflammation went down, and they'll be better, and then they get off, and they, for like a year later, they just eat and live a regular life, and then they tell me, oh, I went to the doctor, and they ran scans, and the illness came back, and they're surprised that I'm like, you didn't live a lifestyle. You have to live it a lifestyle, because, and people think that healing is something that you heal and then you go back to your old life because you're programmed with society. But you got to remember that that program is there to keep you. The programs that is running on you, that society gave you, that's not for your good. That's for your detriment. So when I say you got to make this a lifestyle, a lot of you guys be like, that's hard, or how am I going to do you? You look at it as it's such a big thing, but it's like, no, it should be normal. You living the life you're living is a program shit that you got to declutter. Like, the programming runs deep. Even like you think you need to eat and all this other stuff, and that's what I'm saying. Because there's plenty of people who will fast for 40 days. They got rid of their illness, then they go back to eating or whatever, smoking, drinking, and then it comes. The same illness will come back. The same, because, and that's why I tell you it's spiritual, because this is not like something else comes. Like, they had a heart issue and then it went away, and then now they have a lung issue. It's the same thing that went away. It comes back. It's like the universe is telling them, you need to keep it like this, or it's gonna come back. So that's why I emphasize a lifestyle, because once you don't do it a lifestyle, then a year or two later, it's gonna come back. That's why you gotta, when you do it, just look at it as a lifestyle, and do it like that. Because even when you want to say, oh, you're gonna miss food, and you want to eat food, and all, a lot of the food is gonna be going away soon. Like, it's gonna be nothing but nasty, disgusting 3D printed food. You see the quality of food, how it's going down every day. You don't think it's gonna get worse? Eventually, they're not gonna even have certain food in the stores no more. Or if they do have it, it's not gonna taste the same, because they're gonna, based upon how they're trying to run their economy and shit, unless they change it or some shit for the better, which I don't see it. Like, everything you see is getting worse and shit. The quality is gonna keep going down. Eventually, the quality is gonna get so bad where they're gonna just have to the food's gonna be different. Why do you think you see 3D printed food? Look up 3D printed food. They have, so I feel eventually, if people don't wake up, they're gonna try to implement 3D printing food. And they're gonna say this is the remedy to make food more affordable to people, because people need to eat, and we need to solve world hunger. So they're gonna make all these fake ass synthetic lab grown food, and who knows what the fuck is in it. Whatever is in GMO shit that you already say is bad, that shit's gonna be worse. So the food, unless you're gonna grow your own food, and even when you grow your own food, that's a problem with that, is when you growing your own food and it's organic and it's from the farms, you got to eat that shit quick or it's going to spoil. And it takes a lot of work and energy to keep doing that. That's why they have to have a lot of systems in place. Like if you're going to grow your own food, you're going to have like for you to do it where it's sustainable. Like even when you go to a grocery store, they have a delivery system where food gets delivered to the store every day. So every time you go there, it's fresh product. You're gonna have something like that, or you're gonna go through periods of drought and starvation and shit. So if you don't have a community you're working with, and it's and like a lot of people that you're producing food, like that shit is gonna you're gonna go through periods of drought, starvation, or the food won't be there, or it's not gonna be enough, or like that's what I'm saying. It's this is why it's better to like train. I'm not saying don't eat, but eat very little and fast as much as you can, so you can train yourself to not really need. And when you do eat, you eat, and then you. That's what I'm saying. I try to get rid of it because a lot of that addiction that you have of eating, a lot of that shit is parasites. Once you get rid of that parasite, that's what's making you hungry. That's why when you fast and you get rid of a lot of parasites, you don't crave the same food anymore. Like I can't even eat a lot of the shit I used to eat because a lot of those parasites are gone. I still have a little, but a lot of them are gone. So my stomach doesn't bloat like it does, and like I get full quicker, and I can't eat a lot of shit. And when I do eat a lot of poison, like this is why a lot of food gets me sick. Because when you don't have those parasites in you, you eat some garbage. Let's just say you eat Oreos and you have a lot of parasites. It's gonna even tap into emotional eating, so you'll feel good, you feel satiated, and that's the parasites. It's like a drug addict. When you take drugs all the time, you feel high, but then when you go off the drugs and you take them, it's a small dose can be lethal. So when you cleanse the parasites and you eat Oreos or you eat these chips and shit, you're not tasting the bread and all that. You're tasting the chemicals they put in it. So all those names that you can't pronounce, when you cleanse these parasites, those chemicals, you feel that. So this is why I get nauseated, or you'll get nauseated when you eat certain. Like I can't eat processed shit, like it's heavily processed. If it has too much, I can't eat it because it'll get me sick because those chemicals, I can feel it. But when you have a lot of parasites and you haven't cleansed, you don't feel it because it's like a drug. Somebody who's been doing drugs their whole life, they could take a big ass dose and they feel good. But somebody who's never done it, they'll die from that dose. So this is why, like, it's the parasites you got to cleanse. Like even the 1 day fast was difficult. That's just 1 day. Once you do 1 day, work your way up to two. That's why I say work your way up. If you're doing 1 day, just do 1 day once a week. Eventually, and not if, when, but eventually when you get there, you'll be able to do 2, 3, 4. It's like a muscle. You can't go into a gym and just lift 150 pounds or 250. You can't bend. You got to work your way up to get to that point. That's why you got to work real with a small dumbbell, like 5, 10 pound, and eventually you do 20 pound and 30. It's the same way with fasting. It's a muscle. But that's why I say if you don't need to do 30, 40 at once. You don't need to do that. Just do it consistently and implement it in your life. Then eventually you'll get better. And even if, think about it, if you do 3 day fast once a week, that's 12 days of fasting you did in a month. That is better than not doing shit. And even then, each of those fasts is gonna piggyback off each other. So you're gonna cleanse. This is why you want to go a short time between the fasts. I even say the shortest I'll say is a once a week. So just do 3 times a week, and the rest of the week try to eat light, healthier if you can. Even if you don't, then just don't beat yourself up. Just do what you can. The next week, do it again. And to keep building, you're compounding. You're cleansing slowly. Then eventually you can even do more and more. You don't have to just do it all at once. But yeah, don't feel like you got to do 30. When I said, I'm just saying, like, if you can, then. But you really want to fast as much as you can to really like. And this is not even just about health. Everything about you, the way you talk, the way you think, you'll even be able to astral project. You'll be able to like have communication with your past lives. Like you'll be on some real shit, like things that you'll be able to just be yourself. Like I don't like to look at it like, oh, astral projecting is a power, or you can read this aura, or like, because that's just being a human. That's why a lot of people in the spiritual community talk like it's a superpower or some shit. That's just, no, you're being a human. Every human being's supposed to have that shit. It's just people fail spiritually and mentally in this realm because of all the programs, the food and shit. They're cut off from that. But we all have that. It's a human ability, and it's not nothing special. You just a human ability to help you navigate your way through life. That's all it's for, to help you navigate your way through life, and you use it for that, not to sit here and be like you better, or you can do this and not somebody else can't do that. Like that's not what that shit is. It's really just that navigate. We all have it. A dog can astral project. That's why when the dog's sleeping, they fucking moving and they'll bark. An animal, a snake, fucking dreams and astral projects and shit. It's a thing that you just have. What do you prepare? How you're supposed to prepare is eat light for like about 7 days. Eat vegetables, eat light as possible, and just eat very like a vegan raw diet if you can, or just vegan, but most likely raw. Because when you say vegan, vegan ain't healthy because Oreos are vegan. That shit ain't healthy. So vegan raw. So that really makes it where it simplifies it. Not saying it's easy, but vegan raw, or just eat very light. Eat once a day or something, or even if if it's not raw, like if it's cooked, like cook, just eat vegetables, fruits. If it's meat, very organic meat if you have to eat meat, and then just vegetables and shit. But you want to eat as healthy and as light as possible if you want to prepare. You don't need to prepare, but it's gonna be. You may feel like you have a headache. You feel sick. When you feel sick and you have a headache and your stomach's hurting, that's because you got a lot of poison in you. You got a lot of bullshit in you, and you need to cleanse that. So that's all it really means. You got a lot of poison, you got a lot of chemicals, and you want to get that out of you. It's just like somebody who's getting off drugs, like they feel withdrawals. That's all you're feeling when you're fasting and you feel extremely sick. You just have a lot of withdrawals. Yeah, but like I said, don't overthink it. Don't. It's not that deep. It ain't that serious. All you're doing is very easy. You're just not eating. Look at it like that. You're just not eating. It's not like you gotta go do this. You gotta go run over here. You gotta go do this. You gotta fucking make sure you get this done and do this. And it's not complicated. Just stop eating. That's really it. And the longer you do it, the better it is. Yeah, you just gotta always want to try to be in the now moment. Don't think of the future and this and that, because the future really ain't shit. The future never ends up how you think it is. And I say that for good and bad. You could be like you could be doing everything you got to do right now, and be thinking like, damn. You could be, let's say you're 20 years old or you're like 25, and you're doing everything you got to do right now, and you're supposed to do spiritually. Most people be like, by the time I'm 40, I'm gonna have a house, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this. Whereas you're thinking too much in the future, because who the fuck said when you're 40 you're gonna have that? You could be when you're like 28, you have all that shit. See, you're thinking too much in the future. Just like negative wise, you may think some negative's gonna happen, but nothing negative happens. It happens later on, or it may happen sooner than later. That's the same with positive things. When you're doing something positive and you're on your path, don't think a lot of you think like, oh, when I'm 40, this is gonna happen, or in 10, 20 years. Where a lot of that shit can happen in 2 years, depending on, like, a lot of that shit can happen ASAP, quicker than you even notice. Or you may be thinking, once I get rid of this problem, then I can move on and manifest this. Whereas like no, once you show the universe you're tackling a problem, that could be enough to give you all the shit, and then you're able to sustain what you're tackling with the shit it was given to you. Don't think that it's supposed. This is why I say don't think too much. Always be in the now. That's one thing I realized, like, cause I'm in my 30s, so a lot of shit that I thought was supposed to happen in my 30s and probably even 40s, I'm realizing some of it already happened years ago, and a lot of shit should have been happening even more if I would have been more stringent on my path and shit. So that's why if you want to stay on it and be more like don't think about the future too much. I don't want to say like on my path. It's just things I'm doing because it's not even shit that's not correlated to my path. It's little things I was doing in life. Like don't think of a time when it's gonna happen, and don't think it can happen short. Like just think that it's gonna happen and just be in the now, doing what you got to do. But yeah, like food is something that a lot of people have to get rid of. I'm not gonna say everyone, because even you see they're fucking with the food. Pretty soon, you don't know what they're putting in this food. They could put something in this food to just take people out, or just to harm your health extremely bad. Because the meat is not the same no more. I went and even the organic meat, like I remember like back when I was living in my old city years ago, and I cooked a steak, or it was an organic steak, and I remember when I ate it, it tastes hella fresh. And even back then, it wasn't all fresh, but I remember I was like, this tastes like the restaurant. It tastes fresh, and I remember the brand and everything. And then like just a few weeks ago, I had got the organic steak, the one I told you guys about. I threw away. It was the same brand, organic, but it had like a sour taste. I got like multiple ones. Like I got like probably 4 different ones, and they all had a sour taste to it. Like I can't even eat steak no more and shit. So like all the steak is just fucking like at least the ones that sell at the stores. Like it's bad. I don't know about like because there's certain like shit you can get other places, but the ones like there it don't taste the same no more. So and when I look at the price of the steak, it's the same price as it was like it was like back in 2021 is when I got it. So 2021 was like 17.99, around $17 for one of those organic steaks. And now that same brand organic steak is the same price, $17. But isn't inflation going up? Isn't the price of shit going up on everything? It is. But some of the prices that when the price doesn't go up, that means the quality went down so it can balance it out. So the price probably because if they would have kept the quality, that fucking steak should be worth like over $40 according to how this system works and operates. Probably 30 some. They know nobody's gonna buy that. So they have to lower the quality of the shit. So a lot of the food, when you see if you go into a grocery store and you see a food product that is the same price as it was 5 years ago, don't think, oh, I'm getting a good deal. It's the same. They didn't do inflation. No, the quality of that food is gone down. Either the price, and sometimes they raise the price and the quality goes down. But especially when they fucking when the price is the same, the quality's down. That's why you got to be careful what you eat out in these fucking places because a lot of this shit is just you don't know what the fuck you're eating. Shit is crazy. That's why I just don't trust anything no more. And it's like I feel like some spirit like I could tell I'm not meant to eat any of this shit because like damn near anything I eat unless it's like some fruit vegetables I get sick. Like my nausea, I get kind of nauseated for a little. It'll go down, but I feel kind of nauseated. Like if I eat, the only thing I can eat is chicken, and it doesn't fuck with me that much. Like the fish, that shit, I can't fuck with it. I'm scared to eat seafood now after what I went through that food poisoning. But like everything else, I can't really fuck with. I don't think I can fuck with really anything. Now it even goes beyond food. Like there's a lot of shit. It's life in general. Like I remember one day, like something told me like you don't need anything. And I didn't. This was like back in like a few years ago. Probably like back in 2022. I woke up in the morning. I heard something told me like you don't need anything, and I just put it. I didn't really take it too serious. I just like okay, I don't need it. I know I didn't need the food and shit really, but it's funny because like now it's like anything I fucking try to do, like I feel like I get like my body doesn't fuck with it, and even beyond food. Like even when I go and do certain activities and some shit, it's like I don't enjoy it or it doesn't. It's like I don't. It's like I feel like I'm wasting my money or I don't need it, and I'm like to a point where I don't need the shit really. Like I don't think I need shit. It's like I don't fucking like the only thing I feel like I want to do is like just do what I gotta do and what I my mission and my purpose, what I gotta do and help and whatever I gotta do. But as far as like anything else, like there's nothing out here that's fun for me really. Like every time I go and do something that's fun, just it's I feel like I'm wasting my money, I'm wasting my time. It's like I don't even need to be doing this shit. It's crazy. But I think I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna see if I got any more comments I missed. I think I missed a few of them. Shout out to the third view. Shout out to Shy Native. Yep, everybody in the room. I didn't even plan on going live today. Just something just told me to go live. Yeah, we have to not only be worried about the news, social, but the stuff spreading on social media. They know that many people are skeptical. Social media is just as it's starting to get just as bad as the news. To be honest, it's not as bad as the news, but social media is like because you got a lot of people out here. Because thing with social media, the thing is with social media compared to the news is that with the news, we already know the news people don't know what they're talking about. Everyone, nobody trusts the news networks. But with social media, you got these influencers out here, and some of them, like people actually trust. Like you got a lot of these conscious black people still talking about Anunnaki and fucking like just dumbass shit, like trying to correlate that movie, The Sinners, with some type of spirituality. Like I heard this one bitch, I kid you the fuck not. This one bitch said that AI was was tapping in. AI is tapping into ancestral knowledge. Like they said, AI was an entity that's the ancestors. I swear to you, like this shit is fucking crazy. I've heard this more than once from a few people that AI was like an ancestral energy and that the AI is to help us. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then this was a like a fucking conscious channel where a lot of people were like eating this shit up like it's normal. And I'm like, this world is. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, like this world is lost. Well, the moment you believe, and I'm not gonna say don't use AI and shit. I'm not gonna sit there and say that. Do what you gotta fucking do. Like even if I said not to use AI, that's from my perspective. Maybe you need to use it. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it, but we got people thinking that AI is some type of intelligence. But yet the only intelligence it can gather is it has to observe what people are saying and doing for them to gather intelligence. That's dumb as fuck. How you, how you? I thought intelligence was something that you learn off experience. Why do I have to fucking see what somebody else said and piggyback off what they said and make it in my own way? That's not intelligence. Isn't intelligence living life, experiencing? And AI doesn't live life. AI's experience in life is based off what a human experiences in life. So a human has to experience, come to a conclusion in their mind, put it on a technology, and then the AI has to be able to read what you put on the technology from your mind, which you've got from the experiences you've had. So its intelligence is all derived off of human experience. It's not like the AI is going out there and in interacting with life. I don't care how intelligent it may come off to you. It got that from human beings. It didn't come up with it itself. We came up with it ourselves. So by default, we have a certain level of intelligence and knowledge that an AI can't tap into. An AI can't go up and have an experience throughout life and do this and do that and all. They can't do that shit. A human being can. Yeah, shout out to the third view. But I think I'm gonna end this live stream. I'll probably be back on a little bit later. Somebody said, "What? Said would you fly on an airplane with all female mechanics?" To be honest, if the female mechanics knew what the fuck they were doing, because in order for them to be, first of all, I hate airplanes. I fucking hate them. I don't like. Last time I went on an airplane, I had to sit next to some stinking ass bitch. Her breath was fucking smelling like fucking shit the whole damn flight. Like that shit was hell. And then to go in there with some Indian dude, his breath stank. I'm never going on a flight again unless I'm flying first. I hate airplanes, but I don't care. Like I'm not saying if females can't do certain shit. Like certain shit they can't do. But a mechanic, all you're doing is like reading a blueprint and putting pieces together. Like any human being could do that. As far as it being a feminine job and shit, I wouldn't say it's feminine, but all they're doing is reading instructions. The mechanic reads instructions. They didn't. They have to read instructions from the engineer who created the blueprint. That's all a mechanic is, reading the instructions from the engineer. So that's all they're doing is putting pieces together from the instruction. So I wouldn't say like if they know how to do that shit, then they have to pass a test and be verified. So if they're mechanics, I'm sure they can know what the fuck they doing. Yeah. Called AI art, it's just plagiarism. Yeah, like I said, AI art. They can never draw something that's never been seen before. Like I can go in real life and draw something. I could like because even when you say draw, you don't tell the AI draw a person in front of a store in a white car. I have to see a white car. A human had to make a white car. We have to create the fucking English language to create. Even though the English language ain't shit, still a human being have to create that shit. They have to create a store. If they didn't do all that shit, then AI wouldn't even be able to put that together. Can an AI create a language or some shit, or can it create a fucking concept of something without human intervention? It can't create nothing without human intervention. So AI ain't shit. That's how you can tell us all bullshit. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'll be back with you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.